Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Coral. Welcome. I curse a lot, I'm very sarcastic, and I'm very expressive. So if you don't like a lot of facial expressions and weird hand gestures, then don't watch it. Alright, so since you can probably read, you know what this video is about. It's my favorites and misses for the month of August. So August has been like my biggest month so far for kind of like buying makeup, which is really bad, and I need to stop. Like, I actually kind of have to because student loan payments are coming up, but that's besides the point. So I decided I'm going to do this every month, whether I really have new stuff or old stuff. I just really want you guys to know what I'm actually using and what I'm liking, what I'm not liking. So if something I say kind of starts to work out for me and then I say, oh, never mind, I don't really like it, that's perfectly normal, or vice versa. Like, one of my favorites right now started off as something I did not like. I absolutely hated it, did not like it, but I'll get into that when I actually talk about the products. Also, if you're wondering why I'm so much brighter, I got this handy dandy mirror from Amazon. Hi. So I got this. It has this little like tool thing where I can put my phone in it, but you just touch it and it lights up and it's kind of cool, and it like flips all around, and it came with a 10 times like magnifying because I need to pluck them brows. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. So we're just gonna go in order of how I would like normally do my face. I think that's the easiest way to do it. So I have not really been using primer lately, or at least something that's labeled as primer. I've been using the Morphe Prep and Set, which I guess is kind of a primer, and I'm almost out of it. Like, it's gone. So I use that, and then I use the Sephora Microsmooth powder, and I use that in the shade Light. So I use that and I just kind of like brush it into the spots where I get more oily, and that tends to help with any smile lines or separation or anything, and I just really like it. So I use this as like a primer, and then after I bake and set my whole face with this other powder, then I also brush this on top. I know it's a lot. It seems like I wear like 8,000 layers of makeup, but if it works, it works. And as far as tools go, y'all already know Morphe. It's seriously the only thing I use. If you want to know all the brushes I use, they are all of the Jaclyn Hill's favorites, which are on Morphe's website, which I will put in the description. And by the way, I started putting all of the products that I talk about in my description, so if you're ever curious, they're there. So, alright, next. Actually, this is what I was talking about that I didn't really like at first, but now I really like it, and it's actually what I'm wearing today. The Tarte Clay Stick Foundation, and it has this cute little top, and I am the shade Light Medium Neutral, which honestly is kind of like a weird orange on my skin, but once I get everything else on, it looks really good. And I just like it. It's honestly, it's Facetune in a tube. And I wish it came with more, but it's gonna take me a while to go through that since I use 50 other things a week. It's ridiculous. And then, you already knew this was coming, the Dior Forever Perfect Foundation. I am shade 024, and like I've said before, it actually does have a name besides 024, but it's not on here, so sorry. But I just absolutely love this. It looks really good on the skin. It has an SPF of 35, and it's like good for your skin because it's expensive. Also, back to the tools. I've been using these. They're disgusting, I'm sorry. But these are the Morphe sponges. This is like the perfect blending sponge or whatever, and this is the highlight and contour. And so it has this flat end, and then it's kind of more pointed, and then this one is like a Teletubby. But Jaclyn Hill recommended these, and of course I had to have them. I love them. Actually, I've never tried a beauty blender on my own skin, but I think these are better because they're like $6. So then I use the Wet n Wild Photofocus concealer, and this is actually my absolute favorite. I use it under the eyes, highlighting everything, and then so I put it under my eyes first, and then I kind of like do it everywhere else, and then I blend everywhere else except for my eyes, do my eyes, and then I go in for a second layer with the eyes, and that seems to cover everything really, really well, and it actually works way better than my Shape Tape. And this is like $4. Just saying. The trains really need to knock it off. Rude. Okay, hopefully this doesn't get powder all over me. But this is the Coty Airspun, and I have the translucent extra coverage. Honestly, I think any of them work. I haven't tried any of the other ones, but this $7.99 at Walgreens or Walmart for this giant thing that's like half as big as my head. It has a very strong smell. If you watch any type of like, there it is all over me. If you watch any sort of makeup videos, you have probably heard about this. It smells crazy, but it works. Like, it is amazing. It's so good. It will make everything just look super, super seamless and nice. I am so sorry for all the crazy car sounds if you can hear them. I have my window cracked because it's super, super nice out, and there's a lot of cars driving by because it's like 5:30. So next, yes, and actually once I set my under eyes, I use this side of the sponge and I go all over my face with this powder, and then I follow with the Microsmooth, and that just kind of seems to really make everything look very airbrushed and nice and smooth. And then I go in with my bronzer, and my favorite right now, I hate to say it because it's so expensive, but the Benefit Hoola bronzer. If you haven't heard of this, you've been probably living under a rock. A pretty good dupe for that is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I think this is still $10, but they're very similar shades. I mean, obviously this is in a box, so it looks darker, but they're pretty similar shades. This one smells like vacation, so but I really like how the Hoola one blends. It is a little bit warmer, which I like for my bronzer, but for contour, sometimes I just use this with a different brush to like really get in there. Yeah, my makeup is not very good today, and I didn't feel like touching it up because I'm just gonna take it off. Yeah, so sometimes I just use this with a different brush to really chisel it out, but otherwise, yeah, that's what I use. And then I go in with blush, and actually I got this for my birthday. This is the Tarte 12-Hour Blush, the Amazonian Clay. This is the shade Party. So this was one of the Sephora birthday gift things, and I really, really like it. It's just like, it's the perfect color for my skin tone, and it makes me want to try the other ones. It's just so freaking smooth, and I really think it stays on pretty well. Okay, you know what? Look at that. This thing is not even wet, and it just like carved that cheekbone. That's why I love these. Can you do that, Beauty Blender? All right. And next, I have some highlighters. Because I, for some reason, do my highlighters before my eyes. So, we have the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter. Personally, I like the shade Kitten. I'm like hiding under it, like, hi! But this is what it looks like. It's just really pretty. I know I've already talked about it, but it's just so freaking nice. If you want to splurge on a highlight and you just like want a nice, really nice highlight, use this. I love it. You do need a more dense brush, or you can use a blender. It's on there. Yeah, you can use a sponge. And I know this highlighter is a hot commodity right now, but and I heard they're actually coming out with another shade, but it is the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlights. And this is their only shade. It's Molten Gold. I'm using a different finger. But it's just freaking gorgeous. I thought it was going to be too gold for me. Like, it's very, very gold in the pan, but once you get it on, it's a really nice champagne color, and I really enjoyed it. Next, we have some eyeshadow palettes. I did a kind of drugstore back to school thing with this one, and this is the Maybelline City Mini palette in Rooftop Bronzes. It's just, they're just such nice colors. I mean, these are beautiful for inner corner. I mean, like, hi. I don't like that they're all metallic, but they have more of these, so I might have to give a couple other ones a try. I definitely want to get the Shayla one, but I want to wait for it to come into stores. Next is probably the most controversial palette of 2017. The Naked Heat. I know. I said I wouldn't get it. I said I wouldn't. I did. It's just pretty. Like, it's just... I know there's a million other palettes that have the same freaking colors, but it's just, it's pretty, and I like it. And I had 20% off. And next, you probably already guessed it. Jaclyn Hill palette. Everything. So let's just talk real quick about how black eyeshadow is always terrible. Okay, let me just show you. That is a black shadow. Hello, that's freaking black. And I mean, you just watched me do that. No crazy shit going on back here. Just a girl in her $16 Amazon mirror. Alright. We're almost done with the favorites. And then we're gonna have to drag some stuff. Next is eyeliner. I know I've already talked about this, and this isn't new at all, but I just kind of started using it again, and I do want to start using it on a daily basis. I just like forget about it. But it is the Sephora Stila Fine Line Eyeliner. And it is just so nice. Like, you can just draw all over yourself. And see, you can kind of make it a little bit thicker, but you can get some good lines in there. And it is black. Like, you see that. That is so freaking black. It does not even look like it's on my skin. And then, I mean, you can see You can see just how tiny this is. And when I first started using this, I was like, this draws for me. I'm like, how is this actually drawing the wing for me? What is this witchcraft? It's like 12 bucks too, and it's waterproof, which, you know, you hear waterproof liner and you're like, shit, how am I gonna get this off? It comes off really well with a wipe or any type of like eye makeup remover. It just won't come off during the day, which is awesome. And next is my new favorite mascara, and guess how much it is? $4 or less, I think. I think it's less than that, actually. It is the Wet n Wild Max Volume Mascara, and I usually don't like these kind of bristles, but it's freaking amazing. Like, it really gets that lower lash line. It gets the really top lash is it really gets those top lashes too. You kind of can't tell because I have really tiny lashes and I don't like wearing false ones because false ones literally go up to my eyebrow. I don't know how, but they do. Like, I have huge eyeballs and yet they go up to my eyebrow. Someone tell me why. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, please. I'm just waiting for the person who just moved in above me to like walk up their stairs and hear me talking gibberish to a camera. They're gonna be like, can I move out? Okay, so my favorite lip gloss right now is the Dose of Colors Desi x Katy collab Over the Top. It's just so pretty. Like, it has a tiny, tiny bit of glitter in it, but it's just super, super high shine and like pretty. And I mean, I have it on right now. It feels very hydrating. It's not sticky. It doesn't feel heavy. It just kind of feels like wet, and I love it. As for the rest of the Desi Katy collection, I don't know. I know. I absolutely love them, but the highlighters, I think I need a different brush for them. Like, they just don't go on. Like, they swatch beautifully, but they just don't go on my face, and I'm like, ¿Dónde está? Like, fuego. Boom. Alright? Frickin'. That's blinding, okay? Blinding. But it just won't, like, it comes off on the brush, kind of, but it's just like, it's so creamy that my brush won't pick it up. So I need, like, a different kind of brush. If you have the collection and it works out for you, let me know how, because I really want to figure it out. And actually, hold on, let's compare that to the Maybelline. Those are pretty freaking similar, I'd say. The Maybelline is a little bit more gold, actually. Goldish pink, honestly. So if you want a dupe for the Desi x Katy Fuego, boom, done. Alright. It's time for the disappointments, the misses, the hates, whatever you want to call them, because I can't figure it out. Boo, you stink! Alright, so I've really gone back and forth about whether I want to talk about this certain YouTuber on my channel. And you know what? If I'm going to be honest and actually, like, have people trust me, I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. If you want to be mad at me for it, go ahead. But, so Jackie Aina, I feel like her opinion is very easily bought. and she makes her opinions based on like really irrelevant dumb things, okay? She has some really good points sometimes. I used to really trust her opinion, and it just like everything she does is so fake now, and I'm just like over it. I unfollowed her, unsubscribed, everything. I'm so sick of hearing about it. As soon as she paired up with Too Faced to expand their, you know, foundation, They're Born This Way, I was like, because of course as soon as she said that, she started getting a lot of Too Faced PR, and I'm like, interesting. And she also hates Jeffree Star, and we all know what happened with Too Faced and Jeffree Star, so yeah. Team Jeffree. Alright, so she, sorry for the tangent, but she recommended these concealers. The NYX HD, they're the same concealer but just different shades. NYX HD Photogenic Studio Concealer, whatever. It's supposed to be super full coverage, really nice, whatever. And like, they look great until you try to set them with any type of powder, then they turn orange. My Wet n Wild, $4, has never turned orange with any type of powder, and I was actually having issues with my Beauty Bakery powder and it looks so freaking good on my skin, and all of a sudden it started like turning things orange. I was like, what the I was like, what is going on? It's these concealers. Any type of powder on me makes them turn orange. So I'm just gonna stick to my Wet n Wild for now until I find something better, which I probably won't unless Wet n Wild releases a even more full coverage. I don't know. I've never had anything like hide my bag so well. I mean, if I look, wow, it's gone. So you remember I tried all of those e.l.f. products. Well, I'm just gonna compile all the ones that I didn't like. The e.l.f. Oil-Free SPF 15 Sunscreen Flawless Finish Foundation. This, I'm not taking them back out of the boxes. I did not like this. As soon as I put it on my skin, it felt kind of like it was tingling. It was burning a little bit, which is not good. That was about the HD Lifting Concealer from e.l.f. Boom. It didn't cover anything. It didn't lift anything. It didn't cover anything. It just looked like shit. And that's all I'm gonna say. The liner and brow cream, it was too creamy. Like, you could so easily completely up your brows in like 5 seconds. You just don't. I feel bad that I cuss a lot because like a lot of my family watches these videos, but not sorry either. Yeah, it's just not. It's like what, $3, but it sucks, honestly. It doesn't last very long either. I felt like half my brow was off by the end of the day. Meanwhile, this one from BH Cosmetics, the Studio Pro waterproof whatever, it stays on all frickin' day, and you can draw it on and make it look like actual brows. It's great. And the e.l.f. Volume Plumping Mascara. First of all, the brush looks nothing like what it says on the box. Second of all, it sucks. No volume, no plumping, nothing. And it transfers onto your lid so bad. Like, you try to get your lashes and it just goes straight onto your lid. And I promise it's not me. Like, I know how to apply mascara. It just does, it's awful. It's terrible. And I don't like it. Now, because I know some people will get butthurt about some stuff. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean that it's necessarily end all be all. If you love it, awesome. If it works for you, that's great. I just don't like it for me. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like this type of thing, give me a thumbs up. Thanks for staying for this entire video because it's kind of long. And let me know if you want to see favorites kind of mixed in with hair stuff, skin stuff, whatever I'm kind of doing, because I want to put out what you guys want, so let me know. And anyways, thank you again for being here. I will see you next